CMC, for the people, by the people, and to the people. Citizens Movement for Change. Oh yes, a new day has come. Yes, a new day has come. Rise up, Liberia. CMC, for the people. CMC, by the people. Let us join our hands together to build a better life. CMC, CMC, for the people. CMC, by the people. Let us join our hands together to build a better life. Equity, national unity, transparency, accountability, social justice, integrity, CMC core values. CMC Global. It is a new day for Liberia. It is a new day for the people. Let's hold together. Let's hold together. It's a unity. Raise up your hands. CMC. The land of liberty, the land of freedom, the love of liberty brought us together. Let's hold together in peace and unity to build a better Liberia. CMC, CMC, for the people. CMC, by the people. Let's hold together in peace and unity to build a better Liberia. CMC, CMC, for the people. CMC, by the people. Let's hold together in peace and unity to build a better Liberia. CMC, yes, 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 the time has come.
CMC. Yes, 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 yes. The time has come. Anybody in the studio? Hi, everyone. My name is Grace Goa. You are watching the Political Launch. If you are on here and you are seeing me, please help us to share the show. We come here every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Fridays to promote CMC agenda and also to discuss social, moral, political issues in the Liberian society the world over. And we are always happy to be here. And hope you are watching. Share the show, support the show. Tell a friend that we are here. And we're going to be talking a lot today on a lot of things that's happening in Liberia as is. And also in the Liberian society within the war itself. So I'm happy to be here. We have our letter from Sakapie that was written last Sunday by our political leader. Will be reading that letter. That letter has a lot in it. We're going to discuss that. We're also going to discuss what has been happening in the country as far as drugs is concerned. There are, a lot of drugs. The LDA people are, arresting a lot of people, drug dealers in the country. My question is, yes, they're arresting them, but then where are they taking these drugs? That's the question. And are they disposing it in front of people? And there's a noise in the background, please. Yeah. And where are the drugs being disposed of? Sometimes it's good to show the public, and we're looking forward for them to doing that. It's one thing to arrest the drug dealers and do what you're supposed to do concerning the drugs. We see you guys taking it, but then what is done after that? Is it recirculating the country? That's the question. But I like to thank Ansu and Henry. I see them in the studio. Thanks for being on. And it's good to have you guys here. If you want to do your opening statement, you can go ahead and do it. And also, you can go ahead and share the show as well. Henry, while Ansu is doing his, and then when Ansu doing finish, then you Ansu can start sharing the show as well. So it's good to be here. Thanks, guys. CMC for the people, by the people, with the people, in the course of the people.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Madam Grace. Let's say good afternoon to you on our side because it should be afternoon, even hour now.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
late. It's about 7:37 here in the.
evening. All right. So say good evening to you and the rest of the team there. Uh, Thanks to be here again after our usual break. We have merry break, so we are very strong and with a lot of energy to be here today on the political lodge for now up to 1:30 Liberian time, 1:30 a.m. So we say thanks again. Thanks to Dr. you and Dr. Richardson and for keeping this platform moving on very strong and keeping us here at this time of the day, the night to keep our people informed, especially with our training issues happening in our country and also outside Liberia. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. And thank you guys for being there. And as you guys know, we are two hosts on this platform. On Thursday, Dr. Richardson will not be here. She has a schedule that she has to do, in her own life. So she will not be here on Thursday. We're expecting Winston Cooper from Rwanda. He is a CMC member. He's part of the CMC team in Rwanda. He's supposed to be joining us on his platform to be able to propagate a CMC message to the people. Winston is a young fellow. He is a great Liberian that he's going to school in Rwanda. He will come here and tell you his story. We hope to see him here soon. So I just sent him the link and we'll be looking forward to seeing him here on the platform. Well, Ansu, so many things have been going on in the country. Our political leader did a lot of radio appearance. I wanted Henry to try to get it together. I want that radio appearance where he was on the radio. His last visit to, I think it's OKFM, and he was there with Mr. Freeman, Simeon Freeman. I want to play that interview on the entire whole length of the interview. I want it to be played to our audience because we have a different kind of audience here. So they might not have heard that interview, although it's circulating the whole social media, but some people have not heard it. So if you get it together, just let us know and we'll tell you to play it, so our people can hear. But our political leader has been doing his rounds, and he's been doing very well with what he does. Good trying to go around and tell the people exactly he is on a political witch hunt where they are trying to, the government has started to do some, illegal act with his business because there are laws put down for businesses in Liberia. There are regulations and there are contracts that are signed. So when these things are being tampered with, it kind of look like to us it's illegal. So people like us, we don't understand why, because we know that in the business world where we live, the world over, when you are doing business, you have a contract. That contract cannot be broken by either or of the people that sign the contract. So, but there's a lot of things that, will be done in the previous days to come. So we are looking forward to seeing that I hope the government does the right thing, what's supposed to be done as far as them doing the right thing with the Liberian businesses. It's not only everybody affected by this, but it's also a lot of business people are affected by this. So we're looking forward to seeing the government do the right thing. Just how are you guys hearing that noise? Oh my God. Just how the government doing the right thing. just how they did it right thing with the speakership, although they had some patriotic Liberians had to fight for that to happen, but it did happen. So we're hoping in this case that the government will also do the right thing, that when it is said and done, that whatsoever regulations the LPRC and the Senate have put in place, we're all consulting the legislature, including the House and the business people that is involved, that they will do the right thing so that we can know that the laws of Liberia works, you know, and that everything will be fine at the end of the day, that they will do the right thing. So I usually, before we go into anything, I wanted to read that stuff, but I want to play our CMC music first. The one that says that Liberia deserves better. Liberia deserves better. I want to play that music, and then we'll go into our topics and talk about what we're supposed to talk about tonight. So let's play our Liberia deserve better. Then we'll come and talk about the program that's supposed to happen, and then we'll go into our topics concerning. Let me see here. Oh, you know what? I would like to play this video so that people can listen. No, you know what? Let's just play the Liberia deserve better. We'll come back to it. Let's play our Liberia deserve better because we do deserve better. Yeah. So Henry just put that video together with the OKFM interview. I don't care how long it is, we play it on the platform because we wanted other people who did not hear it to hear what a political leader had to say. And then we will go into talking about the drug bust that is happening in the country and what is going on. I'm sure Ansu will have information on that so we can know what's going on. We are happy to see that they are doing a whole country tour of drug bust, but I want to know what is going on after that.
Liberia deserves better. We're tired of the lies, tired of the stealing. We're tired of you. Our mothers crying. The people deserve better. The youth's future is fading. Too many of them leaving. Too many of them dying. They cannot wait any longer. The change they need is now. The change they need is here. Talk and do, Musability. Talk and do, CMC, CMC, CMC. We talk and do today, not tomorrow. Not waiting for election. No, 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 no. Talk and do, the people rejoicing. Talk and do, the drums are beating loudly. Talk and do. Talk and do, talk and do, CMC. Talk and do, we're breaking all the barriers. Change is calling, change is coming. Talk and do, can you feel it? It's in the air. Can you feel it in the air? Can you feel it in the air? CMC. Talk and do, Musability. CMC, CMC, CMC. We talk and do today, not tomorrow. Not waiting for election. Our time is now, 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 now. We're doing it now, 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 now. We talk and do, 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 talk and do. Not just words, it's what we mean when we say the citizens movement for change, for the people, by the people. We talk and do, that's what we mean. We talk and do, 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 do. We talk and do. Hope will be restored, faith will be restored, love will be restored, store, store, store. We talk and do.
Talk and we do, we talk and we do. So we want to welcome everybody to the platform. Mohammed Touare, Alexander Davis, we will welcome you. Makaram, Mustafa Kazulu, Sophie Blamo, welcome to the platform. Mohammed Touare again. Lasso, let me remove this. Yeah, Lasso of Kroma, Alexander Davis, and Ezekiel Sawe. We want to welcome everybody to the platform tonight. We ask you to invite your friends, and I will just read something before Henry. Henry, you getting that stuff together? Okay, so I will just read. I will just give some information out quickly to you. So, every month in Liberia, Liberia consumes about 35 metric tons of petroleum. That is over 132 million gallons a year. On every gallon, government charges 90 cents in tax. That is $122 million in guaranteed revenue every year. No matter where the fuel is stored, whether in LPRC or in a private terminal like Streamex. When you add other charges and government makes about government makes about $159 million annually. The government make by comparison Streamex, by comparison with Streamex, a Liberian owned company makes only about 10 million gross revenue. And after debt discounts and operation, barely 6 million is left to pay banks, staff, and maintain infrastructure. Yet, government has decided to cut private terminal fees from 35 cents to 2 cents. And hand that money over to LPRC. They claim this will help to reduce prices, but it will not. The $122 million is in taxes is still guaranteed. This is not about relief for the people, but this is about power, monopoly, and silencing Liberian voices. Meanwhile, the real problem is ignored. The Liberian Revenue Authority collects less than $60 million of the $122 million it should be issued. Why? So the $122 million that they collect from the petroleum businesses in Liberia, the government only reporting 60 million of that money to the revenue LRA. It says why? Because almost half of it given away through duty-free, abuse, and exemption. Lawmakers, ministries, and companies that exploit our resources or enjoy unjustified duty-free privileges. Liberia is losing nearly $100 million every year because of this. So
Not
ask
just
yourself,
money.
why attack streamers for
No,
35 cents when the country is losing $100 million through duty-free giveaway?
yesterday.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Are you ready to play the video, sir? Prince, we said thank you for watching from Kanta City, Nima County. We appreciate you, Fatuma Shirk. Good show. Thank you for Fatumata. Thank you for watching. So my question is before hearing come up, because the video explains itself. I like to play that video because we have to give the information to the Liberian people that all these witch hunting that are going on within the government with Liberian businesses is not going to help the country. I see people passing around rejoicing because certain people are affected, but they forget to know majority of Liberians will be affected from this. People who work with these different companies, and then after whatsoever they're doing that is not going to help the country, prices might probably go up. It will affect the Liberian people again. So all the little things. Henry, do you have the video? So we really want to see what happens with this case. I'm looking forward to watching it unfold in the country, and let's hear from the courts whether this was done right. Whether the law can be tempered upon, whether the government can just with the executive and a few other people in the legislature can just change the law overnight and decide to just change the laws that were put on the books, that were voted upon. So I want to see this case unfold, and we are looking forward to the ramification And we hope that the government do the right thing because, at least although regimes people were there in the house, but at the end of the day, they went back to, from the beginning and they did that. So we are looking forward to that. Henry, do you have it now? So can you play it? Okay, go ahead.
It's in the processing stage now. It is in the processing stage. So in the next few minutes from now, we'll get it up.
So
On
we
the
playing the
screen.
one on yesterday, right?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Yeah, the one for
Yes,
yesterday.
Okay.
So
that
get it in the
Ability and Simeon Freeman were on that show. That's the one we are playing. Mm. And also recently, the political leader stated on another platform that he filed to take the Liberia Internal Service (LIS) to court over what he described as the
Ability
unfair.
was, yeah, I think so. He's here again. Mr. Simeon Freeman has just walked in too. And so the two opposition. That they own a collaborating political fighter. Yes, when the politicians are coming, they say they are freedom fighters. They say all the good things. When they gain the grounds, then they change their minds. Then they begin to say to you see, when I'm in the system, we didn't understand this thing like that. I mean, now we got to fix it. When people are running for election in Liberia, everything can be spoiled. They will fix it. When they get there now, they get excuses too. Musa Ability is here as our guest. We are expecting Mr. Simeon Freeman from the Movement for Progressive Change. When he comes in, we will take him. Mr. Ability, was it Monday? Ability was here? I think so. He's here again. Mr. Simeon Freeman has just walked in too. And so the two opposition political party leaders are here. Is it the beginning of another opposition collaboration, like the CPP that will not live? Well, they will tell us. Musa, good morning.
Morning, Chief. Morning.
How are you?
I'm okay.
You're smiling too much.
If you exactly at the end of the day, if this thing here, you have only one choice. That is to smile. Because it's the only way you can release stress.
Mr. Freeman, how are you? I hope the next time I can get two of you here for 2 solid hours. That would be good. Mr. Freeman, how are you?
The Honorable Clarence Jackson, the man who transitioned through the years, moved from Radio Banga to Monrovia,
That's it.
dominate the airwaves in Monrovia.
And
You have made significant strides, and I'm sitting here this morning to give you your flowers.
thank you.
Many times, people don't celebrate the personal investment, the personal courage that transition us to success. People see the outcome. There are many young people who want to be like you, but it takes a lot of dedication. Look, like I said, how early you come to work every morning, every day. You do this. It takes a lot of courage. So several years ago, you interviewed me in Banga. Today, you're in Monrovia. You dominate the airwaves along with other people. Really, really admire you. You're one of my role models.
Thank you, Mr. Freeman. Is that the beginning of an opposition collabo, Freeman?
No, that is not. Basically, we see the ugly hands of people that are in government trying to fight private Liberian business people, because the private Liberian business people have decided, look, we understand the issues better. In our own personal lives, we've overcome limitations. We've built institutions. In government, they now come up with policies that hurt us. Today is him. Tomorrow it could be me. Day after tomorrow it could be somebody else. And all we basically saying is, when you touch one of us, you touch all of us. So all of us couldn't come to studio. So two of us are here to deal with the core issues. This whole issue of petroleum storage, now demonizing him
like he or his company is responsible for the high price of petroleum on the market, we want to go into it to see how much government makes from petroleum. If government wants petroleum to be $3, it can be $3 a gallon.
But why are you creating the impression that this government's new policy is about ability? Is it a ability policy, a
no.
policy to harm and or affect him?
No, it's not. It's not ability politics. I mean policy. It is basically a policy that hurts Liberian investment. So most of the people in that sector, right, are Liberians. Not because they don't have the courage to come forward. It means they accept it, right? There are many things that happen in society. People don't have the courage. For example, this morning I heard you talking about this rape issue. I stand against that. I may not have come forward. There are many other people that stand against that that cannot come forward. So the front runners come and speak. When you go to do these investments, you commit to these investments. Firstly, bank money is involved, right? You take millions of dollars from the bank, and you when the bank, before the bank gives you the loan, the bank decides, look, you go to the bank and say, how much is going to be the price of storage? You say, okay, the price of storage is 35 cents. Based on that, the bank sets your repayment over a period. You build these storages, and then government comes and say, oh, these are the new policies. You basically undermining investment. Not just that you undermine investment, Liberian investment. If the government wants to give its own storages for free, let it go ahead.
I mean, we're coming there. We'll talk
Right,
about.
so we'll talk that.
We'll open a ability. Do you see it that way too?
Absolutely.
You're so much about this thing. This thing is not about you. This thing is about a government's policy according to the government to raise more revenue in the face of usage drawdown to take care of some of the competing priorities in the country.
And like Honorable Freeman said, that's the point. The point here is it targeting Liberians, especially those who have decided that they will be private, they will use their own money to do their politics, or is it a law intended to raise money? Because in that industry, the government of Liberia, through bylaws and through corruption, is wasting over $90 million in that very industry. This is a matter of fact. So, what is the intent? Clarence, we are talking about an industry that is giving away. There are some companies that are taking gold,
right,
natural resources from our country,
right,
that are giving us like $25 million, $30 million as royalty,
right,
but they have more than $40 million in duty free.
right.
So literally, we have companies, not one, not two, that are operating in Liberia, that if you do the math, we are paying them to take away our resources. But yet, you want to save money, you don't target that. Lawmakers, we're making almost $8 to $9 million. I mean, $9,000. We're making approximately $150,000 annually. Yet, we have duty free.
Right.
We deprive the people of Liberia of money that could fix the roads.
Right.
We have duty free on vehicles. We have duty free on transportation. We have duty free on gasoline. But you
got all those duty free?
Yes, you, Clarence, the lay Liberian president that get on the street every day. You who go and vote for these people, you have nothing.
Okay,
let's just add to that question.
To use, Mr.
No, but just
Freeman.
to add to what he said,
Yeah.
right? Let's face it. You see the argument is demonize us in favor of our people. Now, if you say you want to reduce costs, you want to increase the budget collection, the question we are asking is, the money you're collecting, what are you doing with it? When President Boyka and these people went to Japan, right? You're talking about 40, it's not 40. You know how many members of Culture Truth to carry different, you're talking about more than 150 people.
No, they have two different events. I'm sure the
so
expo,
all of those events were financed by
the
government.
Culture Truth and thing.
All of them were financed by government.
No, I'm not sure. I think Judy Andy made it clear at Mika
Bossman,
that the expo, the Culture Truth and thing were funded by the organizers.
Okay, so all of the other aspects of it, that's public money. Let's look at it. If you go in President Boyka yard and go to President Kun yard, each of those cars they have about 8 of those cars parking every time they use 2 of them. You want to cut costs? That's the way to cut costs. You want to cut costs? What's up with foreign travel? Cut costs on foreign travel. What's up with the wastage in government? What's up with the way we procure? This thing where every ministry and agency does her own procurement, so we don't do bulk purchasing like we used to do. That's how you cut costs. You don't come to a private investment and say, cut costs in the name of the people. If you want to do that, remove GST off petroleum. If you want to do that, remove all of the layers of cost. Then let the price of petroleum drop to $3 a gallon. Then we all happy. Then it will increase investment. But you come to us that have invested in the economy, you punish us and you say, because now you are making a lot of noise, you want to be president, you own the airwaves, then this is it. Just yesterday, some government people send people to my factory that I'm investing in to take picture to come out with those things. These are the penalties
to take picture
to show that all these kinds of things. These are the kinds of penalties we endure because we invest in our own economy. If you don't invest, you damn. If you invest, you damn.
But
So
Mr.
what do we
Freeman,
do?
What's wrong with a regulator? What's wrong with an institution set up by the government by law to look at one sector and regulate it in a form and manner that is a payback for the country to say, wait a minute, let's look at storage.
Oh, excellent.
You've been raising too much. Now there are competing priorities in the country. We got to look, we got to call foreign travel, we got to do that, but we got to go into the private sector. Look, 35 cents per gallon, no. Let's reduce it. Let's get additional money.
I will take that. I will take that.
To build the roads.
I will take that.
To do
I will
other
take that.
things.
I will take that. OK FM charges different from Banner FM. No, sir?
I think so too.
That's it. OK FM charges different from what's the people name? There's the other radio station where in my area there. What's the name? Scarp. What? Freedom Power. Rare Power. Your charges are different because of your cost factor where you located. It is not for government to regulate that. Here's what government can do. Government can say LPRC storages cost 5 cents or 10 cents, or it's for free. The individual importer will decide where he wants to take his petroleum product. Let it be the decision of the individual tank constructor, not for government. If government truly wants to reduce costs, then what government can do? Remove GST off petroleum. Remove all of these layers. The government makes about almost $120 million annually just off petroleum products, doing nothing about 90 cents. What government can do? Reduce that to 5 cents. That's the way you do it. But you don't come to a private investment. So as a result, tomorrow, Mr. Ability ends up in jail. What happens? He cannot pay the banks. He cannot pay foreign investors. Then the next thing, Liberian people can't do business. But in the same vein, with the same people that are trying to cut costs, increase costs on driver's license. They increase costs on license plate by taking it from a Liberian and giving it to a foreigner. That's how we operate. That's how I was on your show. Nigerian people eat Nigerian people money. Ghanaians have 70% of the economy. In Liberia, when we try to invest, then we are the demons. We must stop that.
Musa, what's about this? What do you say to people who also think that at this point, Simeon Freeman and Musa Ability are the guys who will be projecting, putting Liberians under the pretense that, look, the government is after private businesses, when these very Liberian business people have been exploiting their people. Sometimes you create artificial scarcity on the market, to exploit situation. You increase the price of basic commodity. At that point, you're not there for your people.
So the two things I want to say to you. One, for over 7 years, I'm in the business of storage, so I don't have control over what product in the business. But Clarence, you have an obligation as a journalist to look at the point we are making for the sake of the Liberian people. If the intention of the government is to save money, I just told you that the aggregate collectible tax on petroleum that is imported in Liberia is over $150 million.
You sure?
Yes, fact. And I've given the fact to you. Go and counter check it. The money that the LRA collects from that $150 million is under $60 million.
Why?
Because all of the major companies that are here to exploit our natural resources that give us less than $20-25 million each, All of them receive more than 20, 30, 40 million dollars in duty free. The government of Liberia, Republic of Liberia, consume more than $30 million worth of duty free annually. The legislature consume over $1 million worth of duty free monthly. You want to talk about cutting costs? Those are people that are receiving government money. You want to save $50 million from streamers, but you are throwing away over 90 million United States dollars. I want you to look at that fact. You need to do this for the sake of Liberia. Don't take the information I give you for what it is. Go to NPA, go to APM terminal. Don't go to anybody else. Find out how many vessels arrive in Liberia with petroleum product. I'm telling you now, the average monthly importation of petroleum in Liberia is around 30 to 35,000 metric tons. If you take that and times it by 12 and take the 90 cents that the government of Liberia is supposed to collect, and take the royalty LPRC is collecting from the private company, and take the 35 cents that LPRC is collecting as a government company, it's over $150 million.
Do you support any call?
So why don't we look into that?
Do you support any call for the duty free to be stripped out of you, lawmaker?
I'm a lawmaker. I just told you that. I just brought it to you. I brought you the detail. I'm telling you that these people are not intending to save money.
I'm asking whether you will support any such call.
100%. Otherwise, I would not be here. I would not give you the information. I gave it to you. It is public knowledge. If you want to save money, like they said, the president of Liberia rides 4 vehicles. The vice president of Liberia rides 4 vehicles, 2 at a time. No president in the history of this country has done that. No vice president has done that.
You one example.
That is cost.
Let me bring you one
That's
example.
what you call cost.
Let me bring you
But
one
just to add to what he said, you can bring your example.
No, I want to bring you an example for something I've been following from Ghana.
Right.
And sometimes when a government means well for its people, I'm not sitting as a government spokesperson. I'm
Right.
just being rational this morning.
Right.
The government will go and look in every sector. For example, there's a big argument now between quote unquote DXTV Ghana and the government. And I will listen to the information minister, Minister of Information Technology, George, I just forget his last name. Yeah. They have been on this back to back.
George Neti.
Neti thinks that, look, the people are exploiting Ghanaians. What people paying for the different DSTV services in Nigeria, and he even made reference to Liberia, that Liberia at some point is paying less than what Ghanaians are paying. And so he said if the people did not reduce the fee, he will close the business up, and I think they're having a negotiation. Do you want to think that he's after the private sector, or he's operating in the interest of the people?
So here's the thing. You have to set the parameters. Let's understand what the mandate of that minister is in Ghana, what authority he has, and also is the business case. He said at time September 6th, was DSTV shut down? No. What goes into costing of the business? Did he sit down and look at that? No. So it's one thing for a public official to come and say, oh, the cost is too high. Let's take Liberia that you talked about. People talk about that. We, from Consolidator, subsidize DSTV. That's why your entry level for DSTV in the whole of Africa is cheapest in Liberia, $15, $20. It's subsidized. One decoder at site costs you about $20, $22. One dish costs you whatever. So linear costs you a lot more, but you sell it for that price. Even if you went on the market to buy one satellite dish, you're never going to find it for $15. So what am I saying to you? It is subsidized in order to drive growth, and businesses do that. But from a public perspective, if you come in from that perspective, then you're not understanding. You engage in that. You get engaging in a negative extent. But going specifically to your issue, that government wants to engage in order to reduce costs, that's what we're saying. Yes, it is the government's responsibility to reduce prices for its people, but we're saying the way to reduce price is to reduce your cost of living. So if I, as an individual, I make $5,000 a month, right? But I have my lifestyle is such that every day I have to order food from expensive hotels, right? Because I like certain kind of food. It comes. So my entire operating cost as an individual is probably 4-5. If I want to cut costs, then this is the way to cut costs. Government has a lot of dormant institutions that are non-functioning. You want to cut costs, you can review that. Government itself in terms of the expenses. You know, somebody having wedding in Ghana, president goes there. This other minister, this place. Do you know what government traveling expense is? It's massive. So all of these things, you don't cut it. But then you come to the private investor. And you know the message you send him? Mr. Belete has the name on the property, but he's not the only investor in that. Like you hear, like I hear, you hear Dangote, he's not the only investor. It is his name on it. So all of these investors from the outside that have invested because of the price, you driving them,
including the banks.
Exactly, you driving them away. Let the issue of pricing for that private infrastructure be determined by market forces. You can now come as a government. Look what has happened. The mockery. They say, "Oh, price of rice will be this." Is the price of rice actually that with a rate infrastructure? I heard central banks say, "Oh, they came out with monetary policy." What monetary policy? Are you buying US dollar? If you buy it, we'll see it because you subsidize. All that's happening is a cartel of people that they're not going after. Every year market, every year from September to January, the rate drops. Then February, it jumps up. Is this central bank intervention? No. What we're saying, let market forces determine some of these things. So if I have a storage and I want to rent the storage for 75 cents, it's up to me. Mr. Jackson, if I want to appear on OK, I'll pay OK money. If I don't want to appear on OK, if I think I want the crowd at what? Sky Power, I will go there. Or Banner, I will go there. Or some of the other guys, I will go there. So it depends on where you are. Your cost structure here are different. And the people you hire in terms of your size is different. So all of these things affect costs. It's not for that government to determine that. Now, let's look at another aspect. When the LPRC determine high costs. Why? Because now LPRC is now an importer of petroleum. So because she's an importer, she has an alternative income flow.
Right.
It is his right.
By law.
Yeah. But because now you have an alternative flow of income, doesn't mean you saddle investment in the sector. What you can do is to open up the sector and say, okay, government will build more storages and the cost of storage will be 2 cents or will be 1 cent. That's government's choice. But when you start to hit your own citizens that are not even that have very limited investment in the country, what message are we sending to ourselves? You know, as I drive the street every day, I was just on the phone with one of my cousins this morning. When you drive the streets of Cinco, all owned by Lebanese, owned by foreigners, how many Liberians? There is Uboti has a building over there.
Moda.
Moda has a building on the main street. Maybe about 3 other people on the main street in Cinco. It's dominated by foreigners. That's not a discussion for us. When has this government in the last 2 years sat down and had a meeting with the business community and say, how can we help you?
And that's my point, Freeman. But you people abuse an opportunity, if I would say it this way. Yesterday, I was reading the agreement between you and LPRC, and I was talking about how this whole thing came about. And then I got to a point in the Senate committee's report, and I realized, according to that report, that the Senate invited people like you, meaning all of you in that sector for public hearing. You did not go there.
So, first, I just want to piggyback on what what Freeman was saying. The thing FPRC did not result into any decrease in price.
Right. The pump price have not changed.
The rating, it did not change because you know what? They reduced it by 33 cents and increased cost by 33 cents.
Right.
And make it payable to themselves.
Say that again.
The government of Liberia reduced storage by 33 cents and increased costs by 33 cents.
Cost of what?
They introduced other charges. They introduced other charges.
Payable by we, the private people, and payable to FPRC. Is that what do I mean? They say we should pay 20.
Is that true? Maybe I.
But read the document. I want you to read the document.
Okay.
9 cents
I will send it
to
to you.
LRA, 2 cents to LRA, 21 cents to FPRC.
They came out with schedule of charges.
Do your math.
They came out with, let me read the schedule of charges for you.
And then additional 3 cents as royalty to FPRC. So 24 cents to FPRC and 11 cents to the government. How much is that?
How was it in the past? How has it been done? What was it
in the past? It was 90 cents to the government of Liberia, and as private terminal operator, any fuel that leave our terminal, we paid 90 cents to the government of Liberia. We paid 3 cents to FPRC, and what stays with us is 33 cents, which pay for our insurance, we pay for our evaporation. Any loss that we go through, we have to pay. Any number of products which pays for.
Special program is maybe like the government official raping the people and not going to jail, 2 cents.
No, that one is an allegation. It hasn't been heard by a court.
Fair enough. So inspectorate and maintenance fee, these fees weren't there before, 6 cents. So you notice that inspectorate and maintenance fee for LPRC is 6 cents. It's even more than the investor in the storage. You spend millions of dollars to build the storage.
So I come here, I see, so it's petroleum pricing structure agreement, right? I think I read it one before. Storage fee,
yes.
All terminals, 0.05.
Yes.
Road fund.
Government, 30 cents.
0.30 cents.
Government.
Support to county road.
Government.
9 cents.
Government.
Special program. 2 cents.
Government
again.
Inspectorate and maintenance fee.
Government.
6 cents. Vessel discharge fee.
Government.
8 cents. Testing handling fees.
Government.
7 cents. That's retailers margin. 20 cents. Who do you want for?
This is for the gas sellers, the people who sell into the gas station.
Distributors margin. 0.5. 5 cents.
Yes.
So you see, Mr.
Jackson, you know why the distributor margin gone up? Because FPRC is not in the business.
Yes.
And whoever they are doing the business with,
right,
they will share profit with those people. That's why it's gone up. So you see, when the people of Liberia read this story,
right,
these guys never reduced anything.
No.
They reduced storage by 34 cents and took 34 cents away.
Right.
A Clarence, I want you to tell Liberian people because that's what I gave you.
I got ready.
Yeah. So what is the reduction? What is the reduction? The vessel discharge, the vessels, all these operations for the last 50 years, FPRC been doing it.
Okay, so let me hold the both of you there small.
Just to pick it bang a little bit.
No, sir, Mr. Freeman. I have the managing director of LPRC, Mr. Amos Stewart.
Why Amos putting his head in this thing?
Because he's the head. Because he's the head of LPRC. How you say the putting his head that? Mr.
They just gave me instruction.
I'm hosting Mr. Musa Belete and Mr. Simon Freeman, 2 Liberian businessmen. They are saying you did not reduce the fee of anything. You took away 32 cents. But you managed you managed to redistribute the money. You got storage fee, road funds, support to counties, GOL social program, incorporate that inspectorate maintenance, and all the other fees. So they say you took it from them, but you gave it to yourself. Is that true?
Look, Clarence, I can't keep going back and forth on the radio. Currently, I'm already in the office. I'm basically doing the Liberian people's work.
Okay.
If for any reason someone has a problem with issues, Mr. Belete wrote us yesterday and raised a couple of things formally that we are trying to respond to through our lawyer. So I think for the most part, in the interest of time and to do the Liberian people's work, let me respond to Mr. Belete's formally, then we can pick up from there. The objective of the adjustment in the petroleum pricing structure was to ensure that government prevent or minimize increase in pump price, which objective was actually or has been met for the last 2 years. The second thing is that we did the adjustment downward on the petroleum pricing structure with the objective of reducing the fats, reallocating some of the cents to support government crucially important programs. So, for example, Mr. Belete keep crying here and there, and I don't want to make this thing like it's between two of us or it's LPRC versus Musa Belete, honestly speaking.
But that's why it is.
The agreement between Mr. Belete and LPRC is that if they constructed that facility to store his products and sell on the Liberian market. So this, if you read what they have, if you listen to what they have read on the adjustments we did, There is 14 cents for importers margin that Mr. Bility is supposed to take advantage of, because this contract he signed with LPRC, he is an importer. It's not to use his facility for commercial purpose. Then there is 20 cents for retailers margin. There's also another 8 cents for distributors margin, and then 5 cents, I think around 8 cents for transportation and 5 cents for distributors margin. When you add all that together, we're discussing 42+ cents here that Mr. Benedict competitively can take advantage of. But at the point where the issues they're raising, it appeared like the agreement he had with us, he will use this facility for commercial purpose, and that was not the basis for the agreement between LPRC and Shimex.
Okay, so in essence, yes, the agreement with you and Bility is that he would have been an importer and not use his storage for commercial purpose.
Read the agreement. I'm going to send the.
I have the agreement, just that because of time, I'm not being able to read all.
So read that, read the provisions in that agreement, and come back and tell me whether the adjustments we did in the interest of the Liberian people, where the government is going to raise in excess of 17 million United States dollars to support county road equipment and other social programs.
Is there any law that's supposed to back the LPRC and prevent Bility from using his storage to get money?
So let me say this here. The provisions of the agreement between Mr. Bility and Shimex, I really don't like to keep calling his name, between Shimex and...
No, but that's the fact. Go ahead, call my name. That's what it's about.
You know, is that facility, the Shimex facility, is going to be used to store his products, to sell on the Liberian market. However, in the event where maybe another importer product is supposed to be stored there, it has to meet express approval of LPRC. And of course, over time, we've been collaborating very well on that. But the real message to the Liberian people
if you've been collaborating on that very well, how did you get to the stage that you will strip him of that and you've been collaborating very well?
No. So it's not.
Oh, the next
one. Liberian people know that it is not about It is doing fairness.
Okay.
In pricing, as the
Thank you, Amos.
Fairness in pricing, in the pricing structure as the Senate raised, and of course the recommendation was sent to the executive, and hence the directive.
Thank you, Amos.
So let me just deal with what he said.
Mr. Tua is not hiding anything. We took this money.
Let me just deal with that. Let me just deal with this, right?
Exactly.
He argued that the recommendation came from the Senate and the implementer. Mr. Bility have said the senators, and we all know that senators and representatives enjoy duty-free privileges. The duty-free privileges deprive government of access to revenue. When you're well paid, you can have access to that as well. In the interest of reducing costs, let me hear the senators and representatives that came out with that same structure come out tomorrow and wipe out all duty-free privileges for themselves. Secondly, it's about this, Mr. Jackson. Let's say this building is for OKFN, right? OKFN decides to leave from here and move to another studio, right? Then OKFN decides to rent this place for $500 a month. Government come and say, no, rent within Central Town is 50 cents or it's $50. You can't rent this building. What he's saying, to repurpose an investment is not an option of a business because he signed an agreement to import his own products. So the very LPRC that is there is now importing products, and prior to importing products, they were leasing terminals. They don't have a problem with that. But now that the terminal is there, is built, a private investor decides, I can use my terminal this way once it is not illegal. There is a provision, which of course he alluded to. Anytime you want to do that, you must write the LPRC for LPRC to give you permission. Because we have limited storage in the country. And it's also in agreement. And they have been writing. What we're saying, I want to deal with the principal argument. Because this whole thing of leaning on their costs is not, he is saying, which is the argument of government, we want to reduce costs for the Liberian people. What is the price of petrol now? Has it reduced at the pump? No. The second question is, where are the areas of waste? Have we reduced foreign travel? No. What type of business support services have we provided? You dealt with the issue of public hearing that the Senate invited people, right? And people didn't show up. So when you're doing public hearing, there are many types of people you invest. invite. It's not just the operators in the sectors, the financiers of the sector, right? And you also get data and information. The senators could have, instead of being obese, they could have gone out and getting information. How much to build a storage terminal? How long
and
it
you
takes?
think they didn't do that?
I don't know, because if they did, they won't come out to this. At 5 cents, how long you think it would take to amortize an investment in a thing? How long you think it's going to take? So in essence, you are actually discouraging investment, basically because it's Liberian. Now here's the thing. I was here the other day, I was complaining. This thing called METEC, when you bring in petroleum or whatever product, it's so much delay. You are just saying people bring in product, it's so expensive. Do you know at the port, now you have to pay APN terminals at the port. You have to pay the port authority. Prior to that, we're not doing that. We're paying one person at the port. Today, you have to pay a container tracking number. All of those things, what do you think in the fair effect cost? And here's the thing. I had a case. I brought in about 15 containers. Let me tell you what happened. Those containers lasted 2 weeks in the port because METEC had a problem. And after we had to go and clear it, we had to pay for storage, even though it was their problem. The shipping company and the port and the what do people name, the APN terminal say it was not their problem. We suffer. Who bear that cost? It came to us because we wanted low prices. All these layers hurt the people of Liberia. So we say, if you want to help the people, take away these layers and reduce taxation on these products, and it's going to change the dynamics. But every time, you have to punish us.
It seems.
So let me give a few answers to Amos. And I've observed something in all of this. The absence of the Ministry of Commerce.
The absence of the
Ministry of Commerce.
Right.
By law, Amos and the FPRC and these crooked senators should not be making laws for Liberia.
Is that how you call them?
They are crooked.
They are your colleagues.
Yes, I'm telling you now, that's who they are. At the end of the day, what they have done, the Ministry of Commerce is not involved here, and by law, that's the ministry that's supposed to set
the
price.
Senate in its communication said the Ministry of Commerce was
Another anomaly. No financial instrument should emanate from the Senate.
But remember, this is not a law.
A law, that instrument. First of all, the Senate should not serve as a vassal to the president.
Right.
Let me make that clear.
Right.
So there are a lot of anomalies, and that's one of them. The other one is,
you think the Senate is an advisor? That's
what Amos just said, that the advice, the recommendation is an advice.
No, there is a coordination mechanism
has provided. That's not what our law says. That's not what our law says.
The 3 branches of government.
The legislature cannot be a legislature unless it is the House and the Senate.
Right.
One of them cannot represent the legislature by
Okay,
law.
Mr.
No. Let me answer. The other thing is, Amos also said that the 20 cent and the 14 cent actually take advantage of. I can't blame him there because he does not have that knowledge. That business is intended for Liberians that don't have capacity like me.
Yeah,
distributor. What Amos is literally asking me to do, I guess that's what FPRC is going to do now. They're going to chop off these Liberians that are distributing. They are going to chop off these Liberians that are importing because that industry is going to be decimated by this action, and they're not going to exist because FPRC now, by virtue of his explanation now, FPRC is going for the 14 cents and the 20 cents, and that's what he asked me to do. No, I can't do that. I'm a Liberian, I got heart, and I'm able to do certain aspect of the petroleum business. I will leave the rest to other Liberians.
Mr. Musability,
so I'm a successful man. What I do now, I wash my car to my house. Because I have money, I wash my car to my house. I don't take it to the car washing bay. The car washing bay does. Then I say, oh, the car washing bay doesn't know.
That's why he's actually.
Gentlemen, let's take some calls right here. 0777-700-995. I'm not told that Truth FM is relaying. Yes, Truth FM is relaying this edition of the show. My colleague O'Neill Roberts could not be here. Let's take the call right here. Let me take this lawyer. He will call his own name. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Clarence Jackson. This is Maxwell Grisby.
Yeah, Anthony Grisby. Let's hear you.
I think it's a wonderful conversation. Let me give full disclosure so you don't say, oh, the medical disclosure.
Even you give it, I will give it. You are
you give it, we know it.
You are a consultant at LPRC.
But I don't call in the capacity as a consultant. I call as a Liberian lawyer who wants to help the conversation.
Okay. Except people will say you have a SAR, but let's hear your perspective.
That's why I gave the disclaimer.
Conflict of interest.
You can counter check my information with whatever research. First, let me say this to you. You asked whether or not Mr. Ability action by deviating from his main line of business, which is importation business, to storage business, violate any law. My answer is yes. And how does he violate a law? He violates the revenue laws of Liberia, the Consolidated Tax Amendment. If you have it there, research it. Go to section 90 on tax evasion, read 92 and 93. It says no person in the Republic of Liberia shall be engaged in a business activity for which he or she has not obtained a license to operate. Mr. Ability importation business, for instance, before you get importation lesson.
What that mercy?
Sir, I have to protect my caller, sir. I beg you. Maxwell, go ahead.
Good. But they can go and research if they want to argue. They argue facts. So Mr. Ability has a business registration for importation before he gets importation lesson, but he does not have business registration for storage. When you look at the economic policy of taxation, there's something we call the form and substance doctrine. The form is the means by which a business registers to operate, and the substance is the actual business activity.
Okay,
so for almost 10 years, Mr. Ability has not registered to conduct this business. He has been operating his tax evasion.
Thank you. He will respond.
So he violates the tax law.
He will respond.
And you can research that.
He will respond to it. Let me take Fred Sodon. I know this guy may have called from way there in the US, so I will take him. Fred, good morning. Welcome to the show, my brother.
Good morning, Mr. Johnson. How you doing?
I'm good. I see Senator Nukwe calling. I see Senator Emmanuel Nukwe calling. Senator Koga all calling. Yeah, go ahead, Fred.
Yeah, thank you very much, Clarence. Good morning to Mr. Judge, to Mr. Ability and Mr. Freeman. You know, the thing that I'm really frustrated about how LPRC went about doing. I work in the corporate where I work in manufacturing in America.
Right.
To think that the storage cost, which will be the revenue for investor, is 5 cents and inspection is 6 cents.
Thank you.
It doesn't make sense. How can inspection be more than revenue for investor? You invest your money, the person who just comes to invest.
And 9 cents for.
I see Councilor Fonati Kofa and everybody's calling me.
Yeah, they don't call. The person who is just coming to inspect your investment to make sure that it meets the standard for business in the country is earning more than you. That is LPRC come and invest and inspect your storage and make it 6 cents. Yeah. You selling, you had the investment make 5 cents. How is the government coming up? That's the same thing they do with car. You go to the car lot, you buy a used car for 1,000. You carry to Liberia, they charge you penalty, they charge all the fees, and then sometimes you end up paying 5,000, which is almost 4,000 above the purchase price in America.
Thank you, Fred. Let me take Senator Samuel Koga. I see all the lawmakers calling. Senator Koga, go ahead.
Yeah, Clarence, good morning, and good morning to my distinguished guests in the studio there.
Good morning, Senator.
Good morning, Senator.
Yeah, I think the decision, the situation on a review has to be critically looked at. The timing of the decision,
thank you,
they have political flavor.
Thank you.
In any other person's mind, they will feel politically wish on.
You think so?
Yes. So, while it is true that the imposition of tax lies in the hands of the legislature, and also when it comes to implementation of regulations, it is within the purview of the LPRC. I think she need to halt the entire process and let everybody be called on the table, including the importers, those who have storage,
the bankers,
and etc., to sit down and see the workable solution.
Okay, Koga. Thank you. Thank you, Senator Koga. For the sake of courtesy, I will reach out to Fonati Kofa and Emmanuel Nukwe. Former Speaker Emmanuel Nukwe. Senator Nukwe, good morning.
Good morning, Clarence.
Good morning, Senator. How are you?
I'm okay, and you?
I'm good, Senator. You are following. Let's hear your side.
Yeah, so I listened to Musa Belete calling we and I cookish.
And I thought he should not have said that.
That's a fact. Let him report the 7.5 million.
That is his nature.
Let him report the 7.5 million.
You will please allow the senator to talk. He called us mine. I need to protect him. Yes, Senator, go ahead.
But I'd like to go to the issue. He has an agreement with LPRC, for which Amos Dwyer spoke about. But if you read Count 5 of that agreement, his main line of business, as per that agreement, is to supply, import, supply, and distribute petroleum products. The agreement specifically indicated that he should not store product for any importer unless LPRC agrees.
And
so if you go by that provision of the contract, his main line of business is not storage. He been claiming that storage charge is for him. Storage charge is not for him. We reviewed the entire process and realized that private tank owners were taking money for services that they were not providing. LPRC, as the government institution responsible for the downstream sector, responsible to import, distribute, and sell petroleum products on the Liberian market through an act of the legislature, decided that, look, we will incorporate all of our charges into one and call it storage charge. We are regulating all of our regulatory charges, all of our fees will be bundled and called storage.
Senator Nukwe, because of time, I think I need to extend you an invitation. That will be fair.
Certainly, I would love to come there.
That will be fair.
But let me go back to this agreement quickly.
Yeah, please. 30 seconds, then we'll let you go. Yeah.
If you go to the agreement that Musa has, the 2012 agreement, which I think is in violation of the I granting exclusive right to LPRC.
What clause? Because I will take some time on it. What clause is in violation? What provision of the agreement is in violation of what he's doing? He's in violation of what provision? That's what I'm asking.
Listen to me. The exclusivity given to LPRC require them to import. They should be the only importer, distributor, and seller petroleum products.
Okay, Senator.
But they could enter into contract with other people, but that contract will have to be approved by the president of
the Thank you. You can trust me. I will extend you an invitation soon.
This agreement with Musa was only signed by T. Nelson Williams and the financial controller for 20 years, committing LPRC for 20 years.
But he was the head of entity, Nukwe. But I will find time for you, Senator Nukwe. Thank you. Nelson Williams was the head of entity. Is there anything wrong with his signing? But I need to provide Nukwe the opportunity.
The same chance you give for Nanti Kovato.
No, I tried to call for Nanti, but it looked like I'm missing. I'm not getting.
They are telling you not to talk to him.
We got 3 minutes. Come on, Musa. You know I'm not that kind of.
First of all, first of all, Nukwe exception that I am not supposed to collect money that for service that I don't. But it's dumb. The call is storage. Senator Nukwe, the call is storage. I stole. So you can't say I can't collect money for service I'm not providing.
You come back. I'll give you just 1 second, please. We gotta go. We got 3 minutes.
I listened to the managing director of LPRC saying that Musa had a storage and no other importer supposed to have storage without the express view or approval of the LPRC. Under the revenue and finance law, besides that, international rules.
Right.
They got goods they call commingled goods.
Correct.
And they also have grouped goods.
I would have said just that. Thank you for taking other means.
You cannot put a petroleum there. The petroleum is stored. Upon taking it out, then you finish. Pay the government.
Thank you, Koga. Let me do you there. Koga, I need to bring all of you, please. No time.
Very good.
They can store it there.
That is another teaching. It's a shame.
Thank you, Koga. Musa will get to you. We got like 2 minutes.
Yes. So all I wanted to tell you is that Nukwe is contradicting the LPRC. The contract I have with LPRC was, again, he gets on the radio and lies. That contract was a full approved contract. The board resolution is attached to the contract. You have it.
Yeah, I do.
So
I
it's
will
not
read
just
it
the managing
tomorrow.
director.
Maybe when you come, I'll open it up.
Exactly. The second thing is that both he and the FPRC managing director are reading from two different books. FPRC say Streamers was always getting cooperation from FPRC because that agreement says I can store. I don't need any permission for FPRC to bring my product. But if I want to bring somebody else's product, FPRC must approve it. That is exactly what I've been doing.
Freeman, let's conclude with you.
So here's the thing, Keely, for me.
Okay.
The government have said, we did this to reduce costs for our people. We are saying, let's see the cost reduction at the pump. We are also saying there are many fats in the government. Cut those fats and the price of gasoline will even drop to $3. Also, this issue of storage, when you import a product from the ship, aren't you a storage terminal? If you build a terminal, so you buy your rice, you have a warehouse. So you have your warehouse, you import rice, you store it in your warehouse. When you don't have rice to store and somebody else has rice, you store it, then the particular issue of you storing somebody's rice is a violation of the law. Does that even make sense? You see, that's the problem. Those are us that are in politics, but in business, contribute to the development of our country. We are demonized, we are hurt, we are thrown to the dogs. In the end, the people that contribute nothing, like even the senator that called, what business has he opened in this country? What does he that adds value, that creates jobs, that pay taxes? Nothing. We are the ones that are.
Even though he consumed 7.5 million in 6 years.
Senator
for the Liberian people.
Musa Belete, thank you so much. I had Simeon Freeman and Musa Belete here, political leaders and businessmen. That's how I like to say thanks to all of my colleagues, Exclusive TV, and all the other guys for coming. My name is Piso Man Baba. We'll be back here tomorrow. I will extend invitation to Senator Nukwe and others.
Thank you, Henry and Sue. Thank you. You guys are in the studio. You take the show down. Okay, so I wanted to play that because I wanted everybody to listen in. And that was a very good conversation at OKFM. I really enjoyed that. And you know, if you didn't understand, then that is left with you. This is what is being played out. Even Senator Kogat called and said it clear cut. It was like, you know, he insinuated it was a witch hunt, you know, on the part of the government and the people who are running behind this. But the political leader also revealed on another show that for the past 2 years, so with all this thing going on, with them trying to attack his business, he said for the past 2 years, his district has not received any funding for development project. So he is the representative of District 7 in my county. In the meanwhile, while he's passing in the country, helping the Liberian people, building roads, clearing roads, building bridges, you know, trying to help the people to build high schools, you know, helping market women, all those things he's doing. The government of Liberia has not given him any money in the past 2 years for any funding for his district. He has not seen anything for development project. He also said that his colleagues received an initial cash disbursement of $38,000 each. His district was completely sidelined and they never gave him a cent. So how can you people not say this is a political vision? They have not, everybody in the legislature, including the Senate and the representative, received $38,000 and whatever the Senate is supposed to receive. They received their money. But he, Musa Hassan Belete, the representative of District 7, he has not received a dime from the government in the past 2 years, almost 2 years since he been in our House of Representatives to help his district. They sidelined him. He also said he has pursued legal actions to ensure accountability and fairness in the distribution of development funds across the legislative district to happen, because they are so afraid of CMC and the way CMC is growing across the country, across the world. We are in almost 21. I think we are in 21 countries across the world right now. and this country has chapters that have been created. I mean, people 150, 100 here, 200 here. So they hear and they see the amount of people that CMC has registered already. I think right now we are over at least 25,000. I have to check the website today. I haven't checked it. So they have sidelined him in the House of Representatives. Although he's a representative, he's been there almost 2 years. They have sidelined him, and then they also came to his business, at his business now, to make sure that they politically witch hunt him, to bring his business down, because they see that he poses a political threat to them. And the only threat he's posing right now is that Liberia can be developed. The leadership that are in place, they refuse to develop Liberia because they are all there for their own selfish gain. It's all to put money in their own pocket. That is why they are not developing Liberia. But when he goes to this district and he starts to clear the road for the people say, oh, but anything can happen. It's scare the government, and the rescue puppets and muppets, as that young man from the CDC said, Scholar Dance, Coco Fans, all the names he called them. I will let Ansu call the names all, later on for us. But that's the reason why they are behind him. So it's not only on his business, they're doing it in the House of Representatives. These people make sure that Barbados do not receive the funding, the disbursement of the funding for the lawmakers for them to have the development projects. He has not received his since he been in the House of Representatives. It's a shame. And so I don't know what you think about that, but it's a shame. And then today, before you come in, Ansu, the former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, she said today that she spoke on a certain platform. She said she urged the national leadership, especially the lawmakers, to investigate why commodities remain pricey, and then the commodities prices remain stubbornly high despite the local currency is going down. So I mean, they are just confused. The people don't know what they're doing. The rate is going down. The Liberian dollar, the US dollar compared to the Liberian dollar has dropped significantly. So it means that $1 US is now, I think, 800 Liberian dollars, right?
That'll be around $80, I don't know. $80.
$1 is now 80 Liberian dollars or 800 Liberian dollars?
No, 800 I don't know.
Okay, so $1 US, okay, $5.
We're checking it dollar. So 5 of that dollar give you $5 US.
Yes.
Yeah.
So $5 is now 800 Liberian dollars.
Yeah. So some area you get it for $850, some area you get it for $800. That's just how you know, $850, $800, depending on the rate you wait, but that way.
So yeah, it depends on the rate, but so the Liberian dollar is appreciating against the foreign currency, but it's not translating into the relief of the ordinary citizens. Prices are still high, and the Liberian dollars is appreciating compared to the foreign currency, but prices are, so they just got everything on balance. They're so focused on targeting on one person because of his political affiliation. They're targeting him in the House of Representatives as a representative, targeting his personal life as a businessman, and then they're confused with the rate. You can't just come and say the rate should drop today. We're all putting the modalities in place for that to happen. So now the Liberian people suffer again and again. But also, I want you to come in. I don't know what your take on what was said on the radio. I really enjoyed the interview. So CNC MERS that we really, actually have this platform for, and the people who are supporters of CMC, they really wanted the interview to be played tonight, so I play it for them to listen to it. So I hope everybody heard. But Ansu, go ahead.
Yes. So let's say thanks to the team, and as you said, for people who missed the interview, so it was necessary we have a replay of it so they could follow it and know exactly what was discussed. That was something day for yesterday, which was on Wednesday, when he appeared on the OK FM. Madam Grace, we will deep into this discussion because the entire thing that's surrounding this entire LPR stuff and Swimex headed by Honorable Musa Belete, we all know that it's just about 1% because you know that any decision you take to that place, it knows very well that the decision taken to that place, it will affect the person that have the highest or the huge investment there. And that person that have the huge or highest investment is the one who trying to impact and transform the life of Liberian people. So they see it as a way to bring this young man down. This issue we've been talking about it, we've been saying this about Unity Party, and they have tried all means. This one now, should I say they try a physically because what happened in Baburu, where he was on his way, the next day you send people there to say, oh, we're coming for our bridge, so you have to go back. They succeeded into it. So as he said, into that capital building fire, going to the house there, speaker, deputy speaker, they succeeded. So how can we do this thing here? How can we continue fighting until we go to the business? And I told someone, Madam Grace, I said, if the Unity Party was in charge of this country, when Musa started that bridge construction work in Nema, that whole thing was going to pause. That bridge that today people benefiting and enjoying in Nema County. If it was the Unity Party at that time, they were going to follow means to start that project. That particular project today, the Nemalians, people from other parts of Liberia connected to Nema County that using that bridge in which they are enjoying. I seen it. If it was the Unity Party at that time, they're going to play all, they're going to do all the cheap propaganda, all the politics you think about, and again, they're going to go hard to that work. So simply tell you that they always go for people who they see as people, as individual that will reaches out and give the people the rightful information. They don't want to be exposed. They don't want for somebody to come to the point there and say, this thing here we can make it work. If anybody tells you it's impossible for this thing to change, they don't want someone or such. They just want someone to just join them. Everybody have been when I seen the path of just suppressing the people, the path of will do better, the path of just few people, should just be around and benefit. The path of just self-centered because they are very mean, the UK boss, mean, savage. So they just want everybody to just be on a scene. You should just be on a line with them. If you try to go off and you try to exposing your sins that to tell people that this thing here can be changed, they want that thing. They want you to come out and say they think it can be changed. So it's a long fight. It's a long fight because you see, despite with all the fight with all what happening there, Musa has somebody say carry on his work. He said carry on his engagement. He said carry on his initiative. His yellow machine bulldozers still visiting towns and villages across this country. So he still meeting out to his people. What the people still want is there. So then they keep fighting. At the end, it will be exposed. It didn't happen to the Capital Building. The Capital Building, Wahara started. The layman today now know about our Capital Building when it comes to constitution, when it comes to law, everything now. Because why? When that Capital Building thing started, we are looking here until the people that is born today will start telling about the constitution of there, who's supposed to, before you move or sitting speaker, what is supposed to do. All I want that people do it today. This thing about the LPRC, the work for information will come out and the people will get to know that where this far play, who are they targeting, who are they, who they really they after in this thing here. They will say so many things on table. They have the brain border issues for us, for them to really meet up to. There's nothing changed. You see, he do it because he want for the gasoline price or what, commodity price will come down. Nothing changed. There's nothing changed. Nothing changed. You have a market now. You have the entire market is not stable, it's unstable. You have it looks to no price control. It's not big control at all. Everybody just running and doing their own thing. It have the public, the people just confused with how to spend their money. Right now, put in the state of they are in the state of dilemma. They know where they head, they know where they go. You just cut the people off because they don't know what to do with their money. You say this one, the next thing change. You say that one, the next thing change. Nothing stable. So as I said, the fight is on, and let's see how far, because this is an individual, somebody are fighting, and I don't know. I always tell people, I say this is about Liberia. It's about Musa Hassan Belete putting a school, a public school down. Yeah. The next man to come there to put another one there to that development right there. It's so that he going question for him, do the other, but he come and other stuff there, join in the process to develop, because that school he put it to that place. If you go and put your own here, the next person can in place their own there, it keep going on how the country become developed. But if you get that about because of politics, that about hate, it means our country will just remain like this, man, I guess.
Yeah, but also our country will not remain like that, because you know what, the fight is on, and we are not going to sit down on the sideline no longer and allow these people to manipulate the system. People like Emmanuel Nukwe, already sanctioned for corruption. He was on a tape actually telling the people how he took money. I mean, the people got his voice on a tape, he was recorded. And those kind of people are still making decisions in our country. And that's the reason why Liberia has to be delivered. And that's why they cannot stand on Belete, because he is the one who is fighting for the Liberian people. And he has a lot of people behind him that will join him. People are already joined, people will join eventually. And we have to deliver Liberia from these people. Enough is enough. Liberia cannot no longer look like we are in the 19th century. We are in the 21st century, and Liberia must look that way. And because of these people, they hate towards the country. Then their hate towards the country is that because they are greedy for power to enrich themselves and nobody else but themselves and they and their family, and store up money for their children to come. But the got something called generational curse. When you do that, and you think you're storing up money for your children, that money will do them no good, because you took it away from other people fraudulently. And some of them on tape saying it, like Emmanuel Nukwe, and he will call radio station and start to ask questions. At this point in time, you're not supposed to be asking any question in Liberia. Everybody know you. It was on tape. You talk about how you bribe, how you offer bribe, you manipulated the legislative processing and public funding, including activity related to legislative reporting and mining sector. Everybody heard it. You said it for your own mouth. You told the people that you told the word that you stole from the Liberian people. So you have no moral rectitude to call when you see a man like Musa Hassan Belete in the studio with a man like the Simeon Freeman that have lived their life with honest business practice. And you want to call to say what to these people. You can't. You don't have the right to do that. And Liberian people are getting to that stage. They will take the rights away from you because you don't deserve it. But also, we're moving on. I mean, we play enough of the information already. The CNC members, they already wanted this to be played, so we had to play for a long time. And myself, I listening in. I was enjoying the interaction, with the journalists. Very good journalist. I mean, he did what he had to do. And Mr. Freeman was very on point. And the other callers that called in that I can reason, they said it. Even the guy who called from the US said he never seen this before, because for us, living in the other world, when we see these things happen, we are in shock because these kind of things don't happen in real countries. So that's why Liberia will remain on the 8th poorest country until this whole government changes. That's the reason we know that, and that's the reason why we are fighting to change it, because we don't want our people to be poor. We don't want Liberians to be poor. We don't deserve to be poor. Our country is not a poor country. These people, this is an orchestrated a cartel that wants to keep our people poor, and Belete is telling the people this country can be developed. Look at me, I just one man, I can do this and do that. The whole government is supposed to be able to do more, and they are not doing it. And that's why we thank God that Belete is in the forefront, talking to the Liberian people, telling them that Liberia will change one day, and will deliver Liberia. Citizens Women for Change, we will deliver Liberia come 2029. But you want to talk a little bit on the drugs and what is happening in Liberia concerning that? You can give us some information.
Well, the fight is still on, and when I see the fight is still on in terms of this issue of illicit drugs, say no to drugs campaign is still on, and Liberians now have getting involved themselves, especially the people in the rural communities. They're no more waiting on government to come to rescue, and no more waiting on government for assistance, no more waiting on government for help. Is that the people say I've noticed that government have now, some big names into this whole thing. So if they are waiting on government to come in to help, we lost our children, our brothers, our sisters, and our kids will keep going. So they said they are taking the front row. Today again, it was very, as I said yesterday, because we're into the next morning already. Yesterday was too sad. Somewhere there in District 17. Can you just imagine? District 17 is also part of North Serrano County. So District 17, well, DEA managed, and I followed the story. They said the guys and said they got it alive, and they were able to get to the dealer home at 4 o'clock in the morning to start that operation. My grace.
In District 17.
Yeah, it is something 4 o'clock in the morning. And the very first thing that day when they got the light from the resident, from people around there, that they are a little bit, confused on this individual, on the house that is, into this area. And I said I came, we just saw the people holding things in here. And since they just been locked up, we not see them selling nothing. So they have to inform the DEA, give them the information they are like. And at the end of it, the DEA said they have to go to the court to get paper, to get warrant from the court before carry on, the search. So they have to put up 4 o'clock yesterday morning just to carry on IRS. And as you can see in the video, in the videos, photos I was sent, training around over 43 bags.
What?
Over 43 bags. And they just 2 or 3 days ago, another guy from Rewa says again, look, they place it in the family, in the gari, they put them in the sugar and other stuff, and do it like it's what they are carrying. So it's alarming. And as I said, thanks to the people from that District 17, if every community, or maybe district, can just do the same, town can just do the same, because that's the only way you can help your children now. That's the only way. The man who one time went to the Ministry for Information, who did talk about the drugs issue, and said that the reason why it's getting too much into this country, all that stuff, when you take it from the capital building down to the executive, self have some big names involved. There are people there who are trafficking.
Are there drugs in this?
The Ghana go bag.
Wow. But how did people manage to pass with their drugs to even bring it in this particular place? How they manage that police couldn't stop them? There was no where did they find it? Did they go to the airport or the borders? Where this kind of drugs coming from?
That's the question. So interestingly, let me close the story with this one now. It was taken at the court manager. They took these drugs. All the drugs were taken at the court, and the guy were arrested. Those are the guys are in the house were arrested, and took them to the court. So the court and the DEA went through another long Rickman Rose a huge argument. I know almost a conflict. The court and DEA.
Oh wow.
DEA said the court said they want to keep the drugs. Yeah, And the next morning, they have a 10 hour. DSA cannot keep drugs.
Oh,
that was
people start fighting all the drugs again.
Yeah, the court saying all this they just have to stay. So the next day, which will be today, they will have to take it from there, and definitely report it. DSA no could not responsible to keep they were on another argument. So few individuals who are attached to this, that they got really arrested. And I also learned how the commander for the DEA for that end for District 17 due to some questioning, and he responded. Not went down well, with the investigators. So I think he was placed on bench alongside with the guys that are caught in the house. So wait on to see tomorrow what's happening. But so then the drugs are currently staying in the full possession of the court there in District 17. So let's see whether it will be released tomorrow to DA or whether tonight they have released it.
Wow, so what a story! I can't believe I can't believe what you're telling me with the court and the DA arguing who should keep the drugs. So it means that the people don't have no order in the work that they do. So if they arrest a whole lot of drugs, and they constantly try to remove it from that area, isn't that supposed to be a procedure on where the drugs supposed to go? Because there has to be a work procedure on how to do these things. How is it now the court and the DA they're fighting who to keep the drugs? Well, it's a very interesting country. And that's the reason why all the drug busts, I don't believe in it, because at the end of the day, are these people doing this? Where after they do all of that, what happened to the drugs? How do they dispense of these drugs that the public will see that this drug is no more in the system? Or are they just taking it from the people and then are they selling it themselves? Or, we have to ask the question because we don't see no action. When drugs is taken in other countries, the people have dispensary that they take these drugs to and they get rid of it. Either they burn it or do something. They got a way of disposing of the drugs. We haven't seen Liberians dispose their drugs before. We just see them get the drugs, and then all of a sudden, they start fighting. And when I say the police who will keep the drugs, and the DA who will keep the drugs from the court, and the court who will keep the drugs, So let's see what happens. But for that kind of small country that is size of Tennessee, in America, it's just when you compare Liberia to other countries, Liberia is a very small country, the west coast of Africa. You can see the map. For those kind of drugs that the people getting out of the country, where these drugs are passing to enter the country, how are they getting these kind of magnitude, lumps, or whole trucks or drugs in these different homes? How do people getting to pass with this thing and nobody know how it got in their houses? How do they unload them and put them in these houses that nobody see? I just not getting away. Is there a patrol in the country and the evening time? Are the borders protected? What's going on at the airport? Anybody can just pass through with these things? It's very, very concerning. Liberians should be worried. That's why most of the people children are now, drug brain dead because of this. And if they don't take time, the entire generation of next leaders will be wiped away. If these people don't take time with the drugs that are going on in the country. I mean, it's sad to see. And so I think you open the phone lines. Let's take some calls, and see what the Liberian people has to say. Good morning, Liberia. We want to say thank you to MK Cannon for watching. Dana Curtis. Everybody making a comment. We say thank you for watching.
Just on team. Yeah. There are suspects who were arrested. At least 2 of them that has been arrested, and now they are at the magisterial court here in District 17, in Broadville City. It been informed that this high quantity of drugs, very, very huge quantity of drugs, were found in the Jatono town, respectively around the to the 17th period. So here is the Liberian National Police. This is a joint security parade. Here is the Liberian National Police. Here with another consignment of 400 grams of drugs that were found around the motor corner. I mean the Jackson town, Fit Academy campus way. So you see, another quantity have been sent here to the court here, along with the police. The Liberian National Police is here. It's a joint operation by the LDA and the police. A huge quantity of drugs been confiscated in District 17, Maserado County. So you see for yourself. These drugs were also escorted by motorbike riders and also citizens of District 17. Now I think the additional security protocol may be needed because there is a very huge quantity of drugs. First, this is the biggest rate ever in District 17 in the Republic of Liberia. If following the following issues, because look at this quantity of drugs. It's very huge, very huge. The biggest rate ever in District 17. There's a joint operation by the Liberia National Police and the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency. I'm Sarah Augustine Mario Jr. We have to double our speed from Monrovia straight here into the 17 on back.
Somebody suitcase?
Yeah, I think I'm remember.
No. They gotta let me know damage the training.
I know this is scary. I also open the phone line, said that people call. Can you imagine that just one drug parcel? You might know across the country where the people got it. How did people getting all the magnitude, the amount of drugs into the country? How are they doing it? Are the borders not protected? Liberia is unsafe right now. Very unsafe. One of this UP government.
Okay. Wow. Good morning.
Good morning, brother. How are you doing?
Good. The voice side of Winston.
Yeah, this is
Watson Peters, rather. Watson. Good morning.
Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Watson.
Okay, I thank you for the talking points. I think I've been to the John issue. I don't really know what our country is heading to. Every time you hear different news about drugs. Like in my conversation, last week that they have here, we just lost 2 other guys that were just fucking died. They don't want that on Saturday, they don't want that on Sunday. Every time they see you always hear it, they offer you the drug, they think that.
Which community is that? Which community?
Shara community.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. They can't after they die on Saturday, they tell a friend, that's what they go. So it's sweet. He went by, so it's okay too. It's that Sunday. So I don't really know. This country, our government will do something because it's like our country is just very well. Because I don't think anything here. They can't want to come like, bring it. We're going to say that we have almost 76 entrance in Liberia, and we have 46 that have security. So the government will do something because our youth are dying every day. Different happening to them. You enter into the video, always here for try to kill somebody. So the government will do something. So this way, we're being able to discuss that this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Peters. Thanks for calling. 0776927472 are the numbers for you to call and be on the political launch this morning. Yeah, on Truth FM 96.1. Good morning, your name and where you call from? Good, where you call from, your name, sir? Abraham from Cassidy Boulevard. Oh, yeah, Abraham. Morning. Go ahead.
people are really looking with their clubs. The government is very big right now because they really appointed individual, and that's I think we are hearing some jokes that have been captured that we have reported. I sure that I'm praying that if you continue on that path, the two directors, have been suspended from our entity. From that point, they should be able to do more. And my intention to investigate also, in the government is not doing justice to those who have been alleged of being attacked and killed for our investigation, but for this, they are investigating, and when a man is guilty, they be killed, and that for me, I think that's injustice. People are being,
Why? Sorry though, you went off. Car. You went off. Not me though. I hope you can. I don't know how you get your money or your credit to come back, but sorry. 0776 9274 72 0776 9274 72. The political launch here on Truth FM 96.1 Friday morning. It's running up to 1:30. I wish we'll be leaving you 0776 9274 72. I had the numbers for you to call and then participate tonight on the show. 776 9274 72. Let's get back to the phone line. Caller, I hope you slip off. Caller, are you there? Hello? Wow, that person slipped off. 0776 9274 72. So you can call and listen to the discussion, listen to all what we've been talking on. And
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
While we're waiting for the phone lines for the people to call in.
Yeah, let's question this person.
Okay.
Yeah, call.
Good
morning.
My name is Obita G. Hodges. I live on the Rawalpindi Highway. VOA Block B, to be specific.
You are live for it. Just lower that sound more up the radio by you a little bit noisy.
Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
The first discussion you had on business with Honorable Sekou Belete.
Musa Belete.
Oh yeah, Musa Belete and Honorable Simeon Fima. In my own little mind, I just want to know what will it cost this country that is almost 200 years old to use one currency? You were talking about the US dollar rate dropping, and prices remain the same. It has been an old problem. What will it cost Liberia to stick to one policy, to stick to one currency? Thank you.
Okay. That's a good question. Thanks so much. Yeah, Madam Grace, you.
You want to take more calls before I answer her question?
Yeah, so I think we can be addressing some of the concern when the calls come in and we get out of the line.
Okay, so no call there. There is no more call.
Not yet.
All right. So myself has been pushing for Liberia to have one currency because other countries are doing it. Ghana has done it. I was in Ghana last year and they were not even taking my US dollar. I had to go to the foreign exchange bureau to change my money into Ghana cedis because I would use it. I couldn't, the drivers then were not taking it. I went to the market, the people were not taking it, they did not want it. It meant nothing to them. So I had to go to the forest bureau to change the money, actually to be spending money in Ghana. I was in shock, but I think it was a very good thing. I think Liberia should get to that state. But it takes economists, people who know how to do this to really be able to bring Liberia to that state. If the government of Liberia just want to do this abruptly and they are not done their studies and to make sure that everybody, that Liberian business does not fall and the Liberian people don't have high prices on commodities for them to suffer, they have to mastermind how to change this currency to one currency and also for prices to not go way up and then the commodities are the amount the Liberian dollar is appreciating, but prices going up, and the people cannot afford to buy their basic needs. As is right now in the country, people cannot even afford to have food to eat. They can't afford to live on $5 a day. To tell you the truth, plenty of Liberians can't afford it. If the government continue to do this thing drastically, we're all doing a feasibility study on how to really do this that it will not affect the country so much, it's going to bring our people down to the lowest of low. Remember, we are the 8th poorest country in the world. Liberia will become poor. Now Liberia on the map as of last week, they are ranging to be the 2nd hungriest country in West Africa because of the way the government is carrying on this thing. It's not an easy thing to do, so you have to make sure you have the minds that are set and people that have the technical knowledge to be able to do this for Liberians to not suffer. And that's what we are talking about. But that one currency, I offer it. I wish they can bring one currency to Liberia, which is the Liberian dollar, so our money can be able to take its own a turn on this global market. That's what I want.
Yes, that's very clear for you, my Grace. And you just spoke of Ghana, your visit there, and it was, I think, 2 days ago. I was then communicating with someone from Rwanda, and I was sitting there, but he said the place said, for US, where are your priorities, your US in that country? Now what they put in that country, they put money in the Cambia first. So the way he said, everyone wants to put it, but government need to really set about good and knows how this thing will not affect our country, and how it's going to be important for our country. So no, that's a two-way, and we just need the rightful people in charge. I strongly believe to have the rightful people in charge. All right, let's get you. You say want to ask me a question? Oh, actually, go back to the phone now. You're talking about ask me. I'm not getting you.
Sorry, 1 minute. I said I wanted to ask you concerning the drugs bust in the country. And before that lady came and asked this very brilliant question, I already thank her for asking the question. But I wanted to ask you on the drugs bust in the country. Do you know whether they arrested the people who took that drugs, and are they giving information on the people's names? Because maybe when they announce their names and stuff, people will know some things there to say. Maybe where they got the drugs from, the people got it in different areas. It couldn't even be only that place. So are they announcing the information on air for people to come for?
Yes. So what happened here? It's a good question. What happened here is that they did 1 year. The area where we were arrested in District 17 there, and I think it should be the guys in Anana in police custody. Though sometimes when they foreign account with these things, they probably know that Liberian boss in charge of it to manage it until they send to the north. If the north have no go down, things have no go quiet, then I will say, oh, we'll come back. We'll definitely come back, to get our process done. So if you really go deep into it, the guys when they arrested, they will be maybe the one who was just in charge until this whole thing is quiet. Because the house they took that judge from, of course, is currently under renovation. And when you see some of the work done on our house, you know that somebody who been doing that work for long. When I see the house, when you see some of the tie and stuff in place on the house where they took that judge from, the house is under renovation or construction on it. So I have to get that video out for us. So before we wrap up, you can see it. The house they took that judge from, me and that person been in that business for a very, very long time.
Okay, so Henry trying to get that video up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just sad because I heard, from my neighbors, I was able to interact with them recently, trying to help 1 or 2 people do, how to live their lives, because that's what happened. Like, our people have become beggars because the economy is never really in favor of people. And they were telling me that a lot of young people are dying in the country. That's what my neighbors were telling me. In Liberia, so a lot of young people are dying. I think it's because of the whole drug thing. You know, they're already doing the drug bust, but then they getting the train off of drugs is not a joke. You know, some people think that you can just get all the drugs. Oh, you just decide today, yeah, I will stop it. No, it doesn't work that way. These children have to go on a real treatment to be able to remove themselves from the bad behavior of doing drugs. It is a lot. So, you know, it's sad to see that with all the things that the country is going through, with our young generation, especially the men, are a lot within doing this, dying from this, and people losing their children because of this. And these people are just bringing more drugs into the country, more and more. You know, it's just, I hope the government do something about this. I hope they just got to run that campaign on they had a campaign looking for this drug thing. I hope they do something. We applaud them so far, but we want to know how they are disposing of these drugs that they are collecting from these drug dealers. And also, are these people being persecuted? We want to know. And the help that they have out there that they are put together to help our children that own the drugs. You know, that's where I am with the whole thing, and I hope things change, actually, for the betterment of Liberia, because we want Liberia to succeed at the end of the day. But also to stabilize and retain the Liberian dollar as a sole currency in Liberia, the government can have a lot of things to do before they can do that. They have a lot of things that they have to do before they can do that. So, except they have the people that really study this, they work with the banks. They focus on creating stable economic environment by controlling inflation and the fiscal deficits. It's not going to happen. They can achieve so many things, but they have to have the right people in place so the people of the nation cannot suffer because you're trying to make Liberia Liberian dollar the sole currency. There's a way we will have to do it so make it not go down into the septic thing. Because the last time we checked, the other men say were in the toilet, but since he started enjoying now, I don't know whether they're not moving the toilet or it going to the septic thing. That only go on. And so if you don't have the video, we can always come by here tomorrow and play it. We have to consistently talk about these drugs, things that are taking, that's, destroying the lives of our young, men and women in the country. I saw a picture of a girl, so beautiful, and they show her on the drugs. It looks so bad. She has deteriorated. This is bad. Ansu, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Ansu, you need to put I can't hear you.
The 14-year-old girl was a serious tension. So when we took the stage today, the street demanding on the government to invite Mr. McGee over, because you know that the police said that.
You're talking about the rape case now. You have to start over, and so we couldn't hear you half of the time. Can you start what you were saying?
Yeah, I said concerning that girl case, the 14 years old girl, and the deputy minister. I think you heard the information that he had been suspended by the president. One, and secondly, women groups are calling on the government to the issue of inviting him for investigation. They are saying no, they want him to be normally rape cases. You have to probably be arrested and fully going on investigation while while the necessary check out and what is doing on the child. But to have this individual, and we say that we invite him, he comes there for investigation at the end and go. So people took the street today. Women groups took the street, calling on the government attention. Government should Mr. McGee to be arrested, and be beyond bar while the investigation is going on. But the video is already set for now. The house I was talking about. If you check behind our house, it should be maybe a foreigner in charge of our house, but it's still under construction. It haven't been no pin on it yet. So so far, I know there's so many development back home today when it comes to that rape case.
Yeah, it's good for us to hear that.
So drugs you are seeing here, drugs that were arrested today. I don't want to play. And this is the commander that is behind the west. This is Commander Kuma. This is Commander Kuma. Share the light, guys. Share the light. A huge amount of drugs are being arrested here today again by.
It's okay. Sad times in Liberia.
Very, very sad. Very, very sad.
Yeah. Well, it's good to know that the women of Liberia were able to stand up together and, requested that the president actually arrest the deputy minister.
Yeah.
For suspension. Yeah, he was suspended, but has he been arrested? That's the question. Because if they kept the girl this long, this case has been out since August 30th. So if they kept her this long, they should know by now whether this girl was actually tampered with by this man. They have something. They don't have to wait for DNA testing alone. They have some information to arrest the man until they can get the actual information and to really take the case into investigation. So why is he not being arrested? That's the question. But I can't answer that question. So I will put it out there. They are listening to us on the radio. This man needs to be arrested. And I thank God that the women have stood up and they came to the street to demand that it happens. Let's see what this government will do about it. But Ansu is 9:32 here in America. It's 1:32 a.m. in Liberia. So it's time for us to go. We thank you for watching. We thank you guys for being here with us. And we want to tell you that we'll be here tomorrow, the same time, 11:30 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. in the morning. We'll have our raffle going on here tomorrow as well. As usual, we hope more people can come on the show and call in, to win at least $5 at least for the weekend, and be able to buy something for yourself because Liberia is hard. So, but thanks, guys. Thanks everybody. Thank everybody for watching us tonight. We'll see you here tomorrow. Ansu, do you have anything you want to say before we leave, or we're not hearing you?
Tomorrow, like I said, today we're in Liberia time. It's already 1:33 already. So join us again for the Friday edition. I will be back here tonight to talk much about training issues happening in our country. So for those of you who did not place in your call, I'm gonna declare that go through the way you participate in the program when the weekend comes and make it very easy for you. So today again, it's going to be our giveaway day. Thanks so much, Manager. Thanks to you and Dr. Richardson.
Thank you so much. You guys have a good evening.
CMC, for the people, by the people, and to the people. Citizens movement for change. Oh yes, a new day has come. Yes, a new day has come. Rise up, Liberia. CMC, for the people. CMC, by the people. Let us join our hands together to build a better life. CMC, for the people. CMC, by the people. Let us join our hands together to build a better life. Equity, national unity, transparency, accountability, social justice, integrity. CMC core values. CMC Global. It is a new day for Liberia. new day for the people. Let's all together. Let's all together. It's a unity. Raise up your hands. DMC. The land of liberty, the light of freedom, the love of liberty.